I wrote so many letters from long before, from even before the starting of the JNCI to Dr. Lalji Singh, CCMB, Hyderabad. CCMB, that the Center of Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. This is the pioneer center of the government of India. So far the DNA study is concerned, DNA identification is concerned. And the answers from this center is directed from Dr. Lalji Singh. I am showing it to you one by one. I wrote to Dr. Lalji Singh regarding his opinions. Number one, can a piece of gold or an intact tooth be available in the human ashes? His answer was, in the crematorium a piece of gold cannot remain intact, or a tooth cannot remain intact. When the rest of the skeleton is into dust, only a bone cannot remain intact. And also he clearly told that no DNA, the nuclear DNA, that is chromosomal DNA or mitochondrial DNA, nothing can be available from human ashes. And also subsequently, when JNCI sent the photographs of the ashes, so-called the materials of the preserved in Renkoji temple, he suggested that when this specimen has been subjected to that much heat, DNA test possibilities are likely. It is also in records of the JNCI. Also, the JNCI tried to contact different scientists in UK, USA, Japan and Germany. Their response were in the same direction, that DNA testing from human ashes and also from this specimen which is shown in the photograph is not possible. And those reports are in the JNCI report volume 1. In page 216, 186, 184. Just I am reading some of the pages. 186. This is from another report. This is from the UK. They have told that the possibility of DNA test from this is unlikely. And they told that when CCMB Hyderabad, Dr. Lalji Singh is there, he is sufficient, he is conversant, he is sufficiently qualified to test all these things. And already I mentioned the opinion of the Dr. Lalji Singh from Hyderabad. And then another I am showing this 186, 184. This page. This is from USA. They are shown also photographs. His opinion is Terry Milton from USA. Our experience is that cremated remains are very unlikely to give DNA profile. Then 216. I think 216. This is from Japan. Yes. Now, I obtained opinion from forensic DNA expert Dr. Yamamoto at Forensic Medicine Department of Nagawa University School of Medicine. He examined the photos I sent to him and reached the same conclusion I reached. That is, this remains or this assays cannot be used for DNA testing. So where the story of DNA testing is coming? From where? Now, who is telling? Only in this world there is one person. He is a peculiar man. He is a peculiar man. Also by this time I'll tell you, I sent photographs to Dr. Professor A.K. Gupta, who is head of the department of Medical College, Forensic Medicine. He has headed many departments in this Bengal. Also he is the chief advisor of West Bengal government for a long period in Forensic Medicine. He saw the photographs. He clearly told that these such big bones which is shown in the photograph cannot be the end product of a normal cremation. And human has all these things, DNA test is impossible. I'm taking this photograph, also back side. There is a peculiar person in the world, Dr. Kashyap. Dr. Kashyap, in one scientific seminar, in CFSL, in Calcutta, while in the function of inauguration of a machine to test mitochondrial DNA, in the press conference, he told that this machine can be used for the test of the assays of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I was astonished to see in the press reportings that in a scientific seminar like this international seminar, they claimed, a scientist can tell such things. He can tell something on a process, something on a test. And how can a scientist mention a case? What is his interest? Does he want to mean that mitochondrial DNA is available in all the assays? And all the human assays is mitochondrial DNA testable? Will you prove this? Has ever It is been told in any scientist all over, from anywhere in the world, in any textbooks. Then, before going to testing this human ashes from Renkoji temple, he should submit his paper to the Nobel Committee in Oslo. He will be Nobel laureate. He must not wait and waste time for these things. If he submits his paper that mitochondrial DNA is available from the human ashes, he will be given. I guarantee you that you will be given a Nobel Prize. Why you are waiting? I argued him in the same language in the JMC, in the open forum. And there are such scientists. I wrote to him whether you have really told such things in the press. He told, yes, I have told it. He has gave me the letter. Again astonished. I wrote a letter again to the Hyderabad, which is a Pioneer Center. I annexed his letter and this press briefing to Dr. Lalji Singh. Lalji Singh gave me a letter. Very interesting letter. I will show you this letter, and this is that letter. Dear Dr. Pal, thank you for your letter and the enclosures. Indian newspapers report major breakthroughs in science and technology in India almost every day. But when you take serious accounts of the major breakthroughs which India has made, we find very few. This is a reflection of the authenticity of the press reports, and more so on the concerned scientists, who do not hesitate to call it a breakthrough even when it is simply copying a technology which has been in use for many years in the past. Mitochondrial DNA was first used by Mary Claire King of USA in uniting children with their parents in Argentina and many years ago. It is a well-proven fact that it can be used for establishing relatedness. Today, mitochondrial DNA sequences are being used to trace the human history, which has led to the concept that all humans have originated from a single mother in Africa. Regarding the claim of unburned bone, it is very subjective. If you have intact unburned bones, it would certainly yield DNA, which can be used for testing. However, if cremation is done fully, the chance of having unburned bones is virtually zero. If cremation is done fully, the chance of having unburned bones is virtually zero. This is my view. This is the quality of the so-called academicians in our country. Also in the floor of science. That's the tragedy of these people of India. The persons who are the persons of the subject, they are not allowed to speak. They have been kept dumb. Those who do not know the subject for different interests, they are speaking, giving sermons, advices to the people of this country. And the ruling dispensation wants such academicians who can be used, can be manipulated for their interest. Because false things can come out, they can be persuaded, because it's false persons, false academicians will be persuaded to give false things, false statements to these people and to cheat this country, cheat these people. A true man is difficult to be purchased. A man of merit, a man of subject is difficult to be purchased. These ruling dispensation know it. They will always prop up false persons because they are easily purchasable, easy commodity to be purchased, to be persuaded, to give this wrong informations, disinformations, misinformations to the people of India, to cheat these people, so that the people of this country can be robbed. I am just telling one thing. I am quoting that part of the history. In 47, I think month of July, Indian Independence Bill was being discussed in the British Parliament. At that time, the wartime Victor Prime Minister, Churchill, was in the opposition. The Labour Party leader, the Attlee, was in the chair of the Premier. During the discussion, suddenly Churchill stood up. This is on record. He stood up and angrily threw some sentences to Attlee. Mr. Attlee, in that mood, Mr. Attlee, you are handing over power in India to whom? To the scoundrels, to the lumpens, freebooters. A day will come when in India water will be taxed. Even free air will not be available. Because Churchill knew the character of these persons. Because he knew who have been created in this India to take over the churches. They know their characters, the rascals, the scoundrels, lumpens. Yes, their generations are in this country, now ruling our country. Churchill really knew it and truly knew it. The sorry thing is, we have forgot how this British killed Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and poisoned Siar Das to create space and chairs for the leaders. They are chosen leaders to be placed here for the British interest, and to them British transfer of power. The persons to whom British transfer power is their own creation. These scoundrels and lumpens, they are now our country in the hands of their generations. True honest persons, the man of merits, are not in the floor. Only some false persons are in the floor dancing, and people of the country is looking at them, thinking that they are the true persons. This is the very unfortunate side of this country.